The following program is brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization.
Okay. Oh, get out of the way, Emma.
Oh! What are you doing anyway?
Look, if you're going to give an elbow, give it a real elbow.
Hi! I'm Wilhelmina Ford.
Yeah, hi, okay.
And this is the Not Too Much Comedy Show.
Yeah, right. And this is Wilhelmina Ford.
And Carl Bradfield.
Now that we've got that straightened out.
I want to know, what is this? That's not your normal outfit.
No, not on the street. This is my martial arts gi, karate, in this case.
Gi?
Gi as in karate uniform.
Gi.
I've been a black belt since 1962. My first 4 black belts that I earned over the years. I started in Kodokan Judo in 1959, I believe, and many tournaments later. I am retired from the martial arts because I don't want to get beat up anymore. I don't want to get knocked out.
So why are you wearing this?
Well, I'm wearing this because we have a new sponsor, the American Self-Defense Association, and I wanted to recognize them because I am the founder of the American Self-Defense Association in September of 1968. This is after I came back from Vietnam before I went to Korea. In Korea first.
You forgot where you went?
No, I didn't forget.
Okay.
I just try to put it in perspective.
Okay.
I was in Korea in 64, 65, and that's where I earned my Shodan black belt in Kodokan Judo. Judo is the only of the martial arts that's a sport, not an art. It was taken out of jiu-jitsu. This is simplifying it, of course. But the throws in jiu-jitsu...
Okay. What's Kenpo?
Okay.
Kenpo Karate.
Kenpo Karate. My other patch is the one I was with, that started with. Ed Parker was Kenpo Karate. He's passed away now.
And you got a tiger and a frog or a lizard? What's that?
That is a dragon.
Oh, that's a dragon.
That's a dragon.
He's not much bigger than the... He's a small dragon.
Fighting for the pearl. Okay.
That's a pearl?
Pearl is the pearl of knowledge.
Oh,
Okay.
I like that.
Ed Parker was the instructor. Was a instructor on the West Coast out in Pasadena, who introduced Bruce Lee to the world in his tournament of 1966.
I'm gonna sit down.
Okay, I was busy with the Viet Cong in those days. Boy, when she gets mad, she gets mad.
No, that's not me.
Oh.
Somebody's drilling.
I better sit
Please
down.
sit down so we can get a close-up of everything.
Everything else is going wrong now.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I want to thank John Spalkowski up in Baltimore for being our latest sponsor through the American Self-Defense Association. We continue with the Ed Parker thing because he's going now, as you know, Bruce Lee is too. But
Going where?
he passed away.
Okay.
They died. They croaked. They're gone. But
Okay.
the International Kenpo Karate Association is still ongoing.
And it's just in the United States?
Well, it's
Or is it around
worldwide.
the world?
Worldwide, I believe.
Is this
I
like
know-
a Chinese or
It is
Japanese
worldwide.
or
Oh, it's Chinese style.
Okay.
Ed Parker used to tell me, I worked at it in his studio in Pasadena a few times. I talked with Bruce Lee a couple of times.
Looks like you're in a bathrobe.
That's what they used to say in the old days. What are you doing in your pajamas? And it's hot in here. I'm going to take this off in a minute. I have spoken with Bruce Lee once or twice. In 1968, I was in the Ed Parker mega tournaments.
Okay. Is this on our agenda anywhere?
No, it isn't. You're supposed to say something here.
Well, okay. Maybe I'll get a chance down the road.
I think she's trying to tell me to button up.
No, I mean, this is interesting, but it's different. It's not what we were talked about.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Anyway, I thought I'd lay the groundwork for my lovely co-host, Wilhelmina Ford, the flower of talk radio.
That's
talk.
You haven't left the ground. I don't even know what you just said. We were going to have a little conversation about traveling because I know you've been to some countries over there during the war. Yes, and I have. And actually, I have no idea what time. I've got to add 12 minutes to everything here. To know where I'm at.
I'll start it off while she's
yeah, why don't you figure this out?
Doodling. I was in in the Army. I was in South Korea in 1964-65. And I sailed out of Incheon in June of 65, landed back in the States. 3 months later, I was on another ship sailing back to Vietnam, September 1965. But you've been to some places, too.
I've been to a lot of places, Carl.
Well, let's hear it.
Well, we were going to, okay. For today, what I wanted to talk about was just the places that I've been to over in Asia. And I actually brought in some pictures. That is in Calcutta, which was where I started my trip. I flew from San Francisco to Calcutta. That's a Jain temple. Absolutely beautiful.
Did you hurt yourself when you tripped?
No, Carl. Do you see the pictures? Okay.
I see a picture.
We're going to go on. Now, this is in Kerala, or the state in southern India. That is on a houseboat in the backwaters. And then in the next picture, it's not the next picture, but that's okay. That's in Mannar, again in southern.
Paddies.
No, they're tea gardens.
Oh.
Beautiful, beautiful tea gardens.
I'm using rice paddies.
I have rice paddies in Nepal that we'll be showing, but there's lots and lots of tea gardens, and they're absolutely beautiful. Now, there is a lady that's harvesting tea leaves, and you see these geometrical patterns on the hillside. Those are paths, so they can go in and harvest. They cut off every, I think it's 3 months or something like that. They take like the top 3 or 4 leaves that have grown, and the best teas are the newest ones. So they keep them clipped, and they collect them in big bags. It's a very hazardous job. Now, this was taken in Kathmandu. So the pictures are a little mixed up, but we'll get through.
What kind of stew was that?
No, Kathmandu. And that's me. Believe it or not, that's how I looked. These were taken about 10 years ago. That was before my cancer and the chemo and all of that jazz, when I had short red hair and perfectly straight. So I'm going to look a little different in these pictures, but I'm still the same woman. This is in a Buddhist library. It's in a temple building, but they have scrolls. They're holy books in these silk scrolls, and it's the most colorful. I mean, isn't that beautiful? I was just absolutely, and the people are so wonderful. They were so nice to me. I just, beautiful. And this was flying from Kathmandu to Pokhara in Nepal, and I took a whole series of pictures of the countryside because it was a fairly small plane, so you could see, the whole trip. It was only like an hour flight. Absolutely gorgeous. Just going through the countryside. And then I think the next one, oops, well, there is another
Leave it
one
to
of
you.
rice
Put a
paddies.
horse in the picture.
And, well, that was in Pokhara. There was this Buddhist peace pagoda that was at the top of this big, huge hill. And this was right on the foothills of the Himalayas. And the only way you could get to it was hiking or by pony track. There were no roads for automobiles to go up there. So I rented a pony. And I went up to the Peace Pagoda on horseback, which was, it was absolutely
I thought it was,
marvelous.
pony back.
Well, horseback, pony back, whatever. Next. Okay, this is moving on to, this is Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. I spent 3 days in Malaysia.
That's in the news
And
right now.
that's, yes, and I'm going to tell you a little story about that, but let's go through the pictures first, and I'll get back to that. That's in Malaysia. Those are the Twin Towers, right in Kuala Lumpur.
Leave it to them to copy.
No, that was built before our Twin
Leave
Towers.
it to Americans to copy them.
Okay, and this was an elephant ride, which in Asia, you can't go to Asia without, being on a, and what a boring ride it was. I mean, the most exciting thing was getting on and off because you had to have a ladder. But then when, it was like a 15-minute ride and then plunk, plunk,
Yeah, you
plunk.
didn't have to pack
I
the
mean,
trunks.
horses are so much better.
And you didn't have to pack a trunk.
This is at the Royal Palace in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And beautiful place, absolutely gorgeous. This is the houseboat. This is back in India, in southern India, on the backwaters. Those are what the houseboats look like that I was sitting on an earlier picture. They're very interesting. And this is at one of the, I believe this was a Hindu temple, because I went to so many different places, I can't always keep track of it. Absolutely gorgeous.
Well.
Oh, we never did see the rice paddies. Somehow we bypassed them. Anyway, there is a picture of the tiers, the rice paddies. But my story that I wanted to share with you today is about my experience in Kuala Lumpur. I was with a Indian man who we tried to stay more in the Indian sections of these cities, because that's what he was comfortable with. I wasn't comfortable anywhere. There was so many, there's so much tension going on at that time between the United States and the Middle East and all the Islamic factors. And Islam is one of the major religions over there. And of course, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, is a very much Islamic country. And being American, I kind of stood out because there weren't a lot of Americans touring at that time. And I was there for 2.5 months in that area in Asia. That's why I got to see so much. We went to this restaurant, and it was very nice. It was an Indian restaurant in Kuala Lumpur. And this big, tall, Islamic fellow with his, veiled, I thought it was his wife, sit at a table very close. And he's huge. He's like 6'6", and, big, and, looked scary. And he was looking at me off and on, and I really looked. Well, I mean, I'm in a.
You're never afraid of me.
No, but I'm definitely a foreigner, and I usually would tell people when they'd ask where I'm from, I'd say Florida, because then they'd scratch their head, and I never said United States. What happened when he got up and came over to the table, and he stood right there, and I looked up at him. And my heart was going because I thought he's going to ask where I'm from. I'm in trouble. And he said, "Pardon me for interrupting, but tomorrow's my daughter's birthday, and she really loves your hairstyle and color. Could you tell us where you have it done?" And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I had it done in Calcutta when I was there. Nothing around here." And I apologized. And he was very nice. And he went back, and that was all there was to it. It was like Wow, I'm paranoid. I thought something bad was going to
Well,
happen.
at least you didn't tell me you're an American.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay.
But he seemed very nice. And that's been my experience, really, is that people are very nice, no matter where. We all have the same, human needs and emotions and
Same,
anyway.
same terrorist bombs.
No, that's not true.
Oh, okay.
I think America's more terrorists than a lot of the countries. But
Wow.
that's been my own experience. I haven't had yours, obviously.
Well, my handle for years used to be a rice patty daddy, because Korea was rice patties, Vietnam was rice patties.
And Daddy, you were fostering.
Yeah.
You were having children?
Yeah.
You have a lot of children over there, huh?
Korea, I don't know about. Vietnam, forget it. There wasn't any time for children.
Oh, okay. Well, why'd they call you Daddy?
I call it, that's my handle. I used to I used to hike the Appalachian Trail too, out in Maryland and Pennsylvania.
What's that got to do with anything?
If you wait, I'll tell you. No wonder
Okay.
it takes a long time to tell. Anyway, at different trail lean-tos, we used to stand overnight to have a sign-in sheet for everybody. And I used to put Rice Patty Daddy. That was also my trucker's handle when I was... okay. This can only be war. Get up. No, we're going to do a Daily Dozen.
Okay.
Have you finished? Are you finished?
I'm finished.
Don't allow me to interrupt you.
Oh, never. What are we doing?
We're going to do the Daily Dozen. Quickly. Okay, we're going to do the Daily Dozen now. Remember, we're up to number 7, I believe. So we're going to do this rapidly because you know how many repetitions you're going to have to do. All right, first exercise is the arm swing.
I
Come
have
on.
to turn this way?
Well, now I'm just turning to get it so we don't... Believe me, when you bang fingers, it hurts, okay? Just a couple of reps, and then out to your sides, reverse them, come back again, and then we can face...
This is all one exercise,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's number one.
That's just that's just a warm-up. Now, the next exercise, of course, is
Of course.
here. Remember this one? I get 1 rep, right side, left side. Keep your trunk as straight as much as possible. You can use this one for a sit-down exercise. That'll keep your bottom it's pretty well stationary. Okay. The next exercise. The next exercise is the hand under your arm as much as possible. Reach down with the opposite arm to stretch the love handle. And again, that's one side and the other side. All right. That's just
Come
warm-ups.
I'm always opposite you. I can't seem to figure this
Oh, you'll get it. You'll get it. Anyway, we're going to go to the next one.
That's 3?
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. We're going to do the same exercise. Now we're really working on the waist here. Next exercise is the same exercise except that we're using the heel of the palm. Okay. What we're going to do is one side and the other side. All right. Just a couple of reps. Oh, that feels so good. Makes me want to dance. I won't, but it makes me want to. Okay. And again,
That's 4.
35 repetitions. That's 25. Okay, that's
4.
That's 4. Next exercise okay, is to change the pace. Remember this one? Leg up, the center of your body. Okay. Next, like that. And you don't have to slap you. You don't have to slap the other side. You have just this is the exercise. This is the defensive part that goes with it. All right, that's what you're doing. All right. Okay, enough of that.
6?
The exercise. No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Maybe.
Then this exercise again. This is for the person who's behind you. Let me step in front of my lovely co-host here.
Oh, you're not going to elbow me.
I'm not going to elbow you. That's
Well,
why-
then why do you want to get in front of me? I don't trust you.
Oh, you can trust me.
Oh, no, yeah, I can trust you, sure.
All right, you saw that the person is behind you. Okay, just imagine the person being behind you, especially if your spouse is a chicken. is chicken, or your workout partner is. Okay, there we go now. This is an exercise here, all right? Again, keep your trunk straight as much as possible for the benefit of the exercise, all right? So it's another one you can use sitting down. Now the reverse of that almost looks like the same exercise, all right? But we're going forward this time, all right? Like this. This is how you would do self-defense. But this is how you would do the exercise by itself, you see. So it looks like you're doing both, but in this case, the partner or your friend is in front of you, all right? Or your opponent, and whichever the case may be.
You wouldn't do that to your friend, would you?
Only if they're working out together, partner. Okay, now that's, how many? Lost count, didn't you? That's number 8.
I thought it was 7, but it's all right.
So, well, you counted
I
2.
didn't count it. I missed. You're right. I screwed up.
When I
Then we're up to 9?
opened up with
Well, it's our 9th show.
Our
We
8,
should be at 9.
our 8, our 8 strikes. But watch it. I want you to see this. See if you recognize this. This is the first one I did. Okay? And if you recognize it, it's like doing this exercise. Okay? But this is the exercise. This is the defense. All right? Now to do all 8, if you want to do all 8, follow along with me. Anyway, okay. Okay. Anything else you'd like to see her to do? Look. I won't even do it. I think I'll do anything, do you? I think we better sit down. Let's sit down.
Are we done?
Yes.
Was that number 9?
No, I was just showing how it works into the defensive exercise.
So what was the new exercise for today?
Elbow forward.
Oh, I thought we did that last week.
Well, we left the one out last week
Oh,
because we had a guest on, and I cut it short.
okay.
We had the Jerry.
Yeah, I knew we
Crap.
had the balloon guy, but I thought we still did this.
But we didn't do them all because we were running out of time.
Okay.
Now that we're organized here,
Yes.
what shall we do?
Oh, now it's my turn?
Now it's your turn.
Oh, I'm going to put peanut butter all over you. You like peanut
And
butter?
she thinks I'm a kook.
Nutrition tip of the week. My nutrition tip is about peanut butter, but not just peanut butter. All nut butters. Actually, I like almond butter. Do you ever try almond butter?
No.
It's like peanut butter. I mean, same kind of consistency, but it's almond flavored because it's made out of almonds. But all of your nut butters are really quite excellent in many ways, nutritionally wise, because it's unsaturated fat. They're high in vitamin E, magnesium, and also supply some copper and zinc and fiber in small amounts. But peanut butter has an Achilles heel, a weakness, a problem. Peanut butter.
She's talking about cops, now she's talking about heel. Are you
Yeah.
calling names?
No, you know what a Achilles heel is.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, okay. Because 2 flat tablespoons of peanut butter is 200 calories. And your little Jiffies to go, the little cup things, which I love, they're so convenient. You can put them in a bag with an apple and, have a snack when you go out hiking. They're wonderful. But that's 250. So that's 2.5 tablespoons, which is a perfect amount to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But that's a lot of calories. So peanut butter is a really good food for you, but you have to do it in moderation. But as I was telling Carl earlier, there are some products out there now. One of them is it looks like a PB2 is the name of it, which is peanut butter too. It's powdered peanut butter. They do slow roasting of pressed peanuts, and they remove 85% of the oil. And so then you buy this powder and mix it with a little bit of water, and voila, you have a spread, rich, creamy, and it's only 50 calories and compared to regular peanut butter. So the problem is, I've looked for this. I got this particular thing.
If that's anything like what they served us in the military years ago, powdered eggs, powdered milk.
No. Actually, this is Nutrition Action is what I've been quoting a lot of my stuff from, which is a non-profit. There's no commercials in here. They're the ones that have exposed a lot of the nutritional problems in this country. But that's one way to get your peanut butter. When I can ever find it, I've been looking for it. So if any of you know where you can get this powdered peanut butter, PB&J, send me a note on Facebook. I'd appreciate it. But anyway, I do recommend even regular peanut butter in moderation is an excellent little snack and sometimes a good meal.
Okay, can I tell a little story?
You can do whatever you like, sweetheart.
About peanut butter?
About peanut butter?
My sergeant also told us one time, this is before when we first got to Vietnam, that peanut butter used to come in the sea rations, and we had the bug repellent. And if you open the can up and douse it with insect repellent and light it, it would make instant napalm that you could throw at the enemy.
You made a bomb out of peanut butter?
And I said to him, "How are you going to do that in a fight?" He'd say, "Wait a minute, Charlie, I got to open the can of peanut butter."
You couldn't like make it a head and like make peanut butter balls or something? There you go. Oh.
The whole thing was ridiculous. So how you gonna?
Well, plus that was your food, right? I assume food was.
Hey, yeah. Well, if you were eating sea ration peanut butter like all the other sea rations, you just as soon throw it away than eat it. But we do want to acknowledge our sponsor. Oh, before we get started, real quick, we are an award-winning show. Wilhelmina did bring our trophy from the Talkie Awards.
Yes, I was only at Costage before.
What?
I forget to bring it 1 week.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But I do want to acknowledge our sponsors. And especially I want to acknowledge Masters Computers in Lakeland, Florida, and our newest one, the American Self-Defense Association, and John Smalkowski in Baltimore, Maryland, and all the other students that we have. I don't know if you can see this photograph, but this is some of my black belts back in 1981. Yes, I promoted them. I'm authorized to promote up to a Yodan rank. But beyond that, I would have to have help by a much higher rank.
Yes, you need all the help you can get.
And it's very rank, indeed. Okay. Anyway. Do we have?
No, we're out of time, but let me just give you the thought for the week. And in fact, I was going to write it out, but I didn't. But I'm going to give you just close your eyes during the day. When you get stressed, it's important to remember to breathe. Take a deep breath in, just close your eyes and picture a nice, quiet, peaceful place. Everybody should have a place that they can go to when they get stressed. Visualize something beautiful. My place is a place I used to ride to in the woods with a stream, with rocks, and trees all around, with birds. I can hear them, I can see them, I can listen to the water, and even if it's just for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, just take some nice deep breaths and relax and enjoy life.
I wanted to do that in Mauna Loa, the volcano in the big island of Hawaii. Yeah, I did look down and I spit in the volcano. But it was just so hot in there, I just couldn't get my fan to work.
Was that a visualization of a pleasant place?
Yeah, it's pretty hot to me.
And I think it's, I don't really think we have time for a whole lot more.
Little room?
You want to tell another story? I mean, hey, you know.
I have a poem. You have time for a poem?
Well,
No, maybe I better
how
not.
many pages?
I kept it down to 42.
42. Oh, with
Actually.
a little print. This may be a while,
See,
folks.
Wilhelmina always says, I have no romance in me. Or some...
When did I ever say that?
Well, you inferred.
I said a lot of
Anyway,
things, but that wasn't
I have
one
to
of them.
read. I have to read this because I just finished it.
This
It's
is
called
romantic?
Love,
Oh,
love in
sorry.
the love in the meadow, flowers in the gentle breeze, swaying in the summer glade. A meadow filled with God's good grace as morning shadows fade. The grassy knoll where we lay upon with beating hearts of love. But Bruno the bull stands poised atop a glare down above. The fence we climb to wander in with only deep affection causes to stop our kiss and scram in another direction. A snort and grunt and thunderous speed, our stroll in the meadows became a stampede. The grace we held so sweet and dear is now a dash, a cry, and tear. Love in the meadow is okay for some, but drop the flowers and don't fall when you run. Now you tell me I'm not a romantic.
And I think this is going to conclude another Not Too Much Comedy show. You have anything else you want to say?
Just keep smiling, keep exercising with your daily dozen. This is for older people now, for people.
Everybody should keep exercising.
Yeah, we both do heavier exercises than we show. But it's for older people that can't exercise and those who aren't able, who are young at heart, but people who are bound, can't get up and exercise. But we want you to stay healthy, okay? And put a shiver in your liver and a pride in your stride.
Have a wonderful week, and take care. And bye-bye.
Later, Gabriel.
This program was brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization, setting the standard for new media broadcasting.